Hey guys, it's your boy, Ballface8020, back again with another great story from the past. So, in most of the year 2016, I lived in Austin, Texas. I don't remember when I came back to Michigan. It would have been like, I don't know, sometime in 2016, but I can't remember when. If it was, I'm pretty sure it was sometime in the summer. But I'm not going to say why I was living in Austin, and it doesn't really matter because it doesn't relate to this story. It was not supposed to be permanent anyway. I knew that I would only be there temporarily. So, but that's some background to it. But I'm on YouTube tonight, and you know how, like, if you're ever scrolling, I mean, most of you guys probably just use your phone, so it doesn't happen for you. But I most of the time when I use my computer, I'm on my laptop, and or when I use the internet or YouTube, I'm on my laptop, and so I don't know, but I was watching whatever, I don't even remember. But then I saw, like, you know those things they have on YouTube where they have like clips like that are just scenes from a given movie, like, you know, like they'll have like nine, it's usually I think 9 clips like from each movie, from a movie, like let's say it's the scene in Unforgiven where Clint Eastwood goes and shoots up the whole bar or some shit like that. And then, you know, that'll be an individual scene. And it's even got that sort of, if you've seen them before, you'll recognize it's got this kind of like unique song that like plays at the end. I forget how it goes. It's like, or something like that. It's not really a song. It's like a sound. So there's this scene from, because I go and I click on like the link thing. It's this scene from some movie I'd never heard of called Long Nights, Short Mornings. Never heard of it. And from 2016. The film's from 2016. Never heard of it. Like, looked at, didn't recognize any of the people in it, whatever. So so there's so I'm just, you know, like, so I go to rent the, I mean, I click on the link and I'm like, I can't really tell what it's about, but I like independent films. And, you know, I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Film I haven't heard of. It got some praise in the comments section. Indie type film. Like, you know, my kind of films were like the ones where like nothing really happens. You know, they're more like character studies. And this seemed like that kind of thing, that kind of film. So I rented it. So I'm renting it and I'm just, you know, watching it. And like, as best as I can tell, it's a film, because I haven't gotten through the whole thing, because I just like, once this happened, I came down to make this video. It seems to be like some guy, some Chad Lights sort of misadventures over the course of, I can't tell if it's one day or a couple of weeks or what, dealing with different girls in his life. And the so I can't remember if he's gotten through 2. I think he gets through 2, and then he gets to the 3rd one. I forget what her name is. And so the scene's going on, and like, before you can really, like, you know, you know, the scene starts like, I'm talking about the scene where we're at right now. So we're somewhere into the movie now, like 15, 20 minutes into the movie at this point, maybe more. He's with the 3rd girl. You can see him talking to this girl, whoever the fuck she is. And like, they're outside, you hear them talking. And then the next part, but you get a thing from the conversation that they're like just friends or whatever. And the next part, they're in this like cafe or something, and it's still kind of far away, so you can't see the faces totally close, but you can tell she's got, like, you see her from the profile. She's got an extremely distinct nose, like very, like the bump, the hook is like, the hook or bump, whatever you want to call it, is like very pronounced. And you know, so but then it goes, like, you know, they're continuing to talk, and it gets to this part of the scene where they're doing more close-ups on the face, and I'm like, holy shit, I ate lunch with this girl. I remember this was back when I was living in Austin. I can't give too much background information away, but it definitely wasn't a date or something. I was there to meet somebody else, like, because I was in Austin anyway, and then this person had to be in Austin to be at if I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, South by Southwest. I didn't know what it was until I lived in Austin. It's like supposedly like the biggest independent film festival in, I don't know if the world or the U.S. or both, I don't know. And this person had to be there because of something related to South by Southwest, and this person knew this. So I was going to meet up at lunch with this person. Okay. And there's definitely nothing romantic here. It was a woman. She's a woman. She's older though. There's definitely nothing romantic. Nothing romantic going on though. Definitely, we just have like a friend / business relationship. And just for the record, I am not involved in anything to do with film or whatever. She is, but I'm not. And so she does some other stuff too, and that's how our relationship comes in. But we were meeting up for lunch because we hadn't seen each other for a long time, like 2 years, I think. And so we go to meet to this place at lunch, which is okay. But without telling me, she invites this other chick, this much younger woman, a young woman who I think I would have been like 2016, so I'd have been in my early 30s at the time. I don't remember. And I thought this girl was like early 20s or something. I guess not, but apparently she was like around my age, maybe a little bit younger. But this girl is just like beautiful, and like I'm not good about like hiding it, like as if I get like caught off guard by that. And she was like super my type, like very exotic, very ethnic. So she invites her to eat with us. Well, again, like I said, without telling me, which I still don't understand. I don't understand, because it wasn't like she was trying to fix us up or anything. So why not just fucking tell me she's coming? Like, well, what's the point of like just? And I don't think she knew I was going to act like as like much of a dog as I did. But even still, so I'm just like. So like when this girl introduces herself, I'm just like openly gawking at her. I was just like, oh, hey, wow. Yeah, hey, I'm Ballface 8020. Great to meet you. And she's like, Ballface 8020, that's an interesting name. She's like, where's it from? And I didn't even bother to answer their question. And I was like, I can't even remember what she said her first name is. And I said, let me guess, it's Iranian. And then, and then she was like, yeah, how did you know that? And I said, because, well, the name kind of sounds like it could be Iranian, and your features, I wasn't trying to be corny and I wasn't trying to be smooth, but just me just being myself just comes out as corny. I think I actually said, I'm not trying to be corny here, but somebody as beautiful as you has to be Iranian. And, and here's the thing, right? Like all you like black pillars who are saying that like, you'd think that you'd get like a really like disgusted reaction from that. She just like totally laughed it off. She wasn't, I mean, I'm sure she was grossed out inside, but she didn't like make that facial expression that you guys talk about. And, so we were eating all three of us eating lunch together, and I was openly, simping for her at the while we were eating. And she was like, and then like, so we were talking about like, oh, what do you even like what are you doing here? What are you doing here in Austin? Like, at first she asked me like why I was in Austin, and I explained it was kind of a long story. So I gave her like the abbreviated version. And then she was like, well, how do you know this other woman, who we're with? And I was like, well, actually I have, and I explained how I knew her. And I was like, how do you guys know each other? And then she was saying, well, actually, we met because we were working on this movie that's going to be here. And this was like another surprise to me. So like, because I had no idea. Like, I knew she had to be at South by Southwest. But like, she had told me I knew it was about a movie, but it was actually, she didn't mention this movie to me. She had mentioned some other movie. So I guess she was involved with multiple movies. I have no idea. But anyway, I was like, oh, really? Yeah, I knew she was going to be in this other movie that, was there, but I didn't know she was involved in this one. I haven't heard of it. Like, is anybody in it? And then she said, she names who I guess the lead actor is, who maybe he has been in other shit. I'll look him up after this. But I've never heard of him, and I don't, I'm watching the movie now, and I don't recognize him. And, that she's talking, so like while we're eating, she's talking about how, because and then I, like I said, I'm both simping and being honest, all right. So I'm like, well, have you been in anything else that I might have seen, something like that? She rattles off some shit that I've never heard of and stuff. She's talking about how it's hard to get parts and shit and stuff like that. And I was like, well, look, and I get like I've never done any acting, but my brother has, and I know that this business is mainly about luck and who you know, as opposed to what you can do. I get that. But the thing is, it's like there's a million pretty girls out there. It's like, you got like really exotic looks. I'm surprised that they haven't put you in more shit. And then she was like, well, actually, it's interesting you say that. I think that because my looks are so ethnic, it's really hurt my career. And I'm thinking about, getting my nose done. I think she said done. I can't remember if she said fixed or done. I think she said done. And I was like, if you do that, that means that your career is over already, because it's going to be, you won't be like, you'll be just like, first of all, it's not going to make you more attractive. You'll look worse. Second of all, like what I was saying, there's like a luck thing. Like you need to be like, you being like exotic looking means that there's a whole host of parts. Like if they want to cast some girl to play like an Indian part, they can do it. They can use you to do that. They can use you from anything from Native American to that. Plus they can still use you as a white girl. So, you're just going to be making your options smaller, and you need something to like help you stand out anyway in this business. And she was like, no, that's kind of how I was thinking. I don't know. And then I said, again, because I'm in like a complete simp mode at this time. And by the way, I knew I had no chance. I didn't think I had a chance, but it was just like, she's so my type. If you guys can go watch the movie if you're interested. She's like so my type, and I like never see somebody who looks like her in person, that I just couldn't stop. And I said, and like, you wouldn't want to waste like a perfect nose like that. So I don't know, man. Like, because I guess it's not really that interesting a story, right? Other than that, it's just so weird to somebody. Because the thing is, what the woman who I was at this thing to meet, this older woman who I was there to meet for lunch anyway. Every time I see her, and I usually see her once a year, probably about, I still say, "How's my Iranian doing?" I still say that all these years later. What is it? It's been 9 years now. 8 or 9 years. I don't know. I guess it's only been 7 years. It feels like longer than that. But I always say, "How's my Iranian doing?" And she also knows. There is this thing. She knows my who was it that she knows? This is actually a coincidence, but she's actually very close with my what do you call my sister's mother-in-law? I don't know. My sister's mother-in-law is really close to her, although we met completely independently. It's just a weird small world type thing. But she was saying that my sister's mother-in-law, although she wasn't her mother-in-law at the time, she was just the mom of her son's girlfriend, I guess, said to me, hey, I talked to, we'll just call her Sherry, the older woman. I talked to Sherry, and she said that she had lunch with you in Austin, and that you were acting like super weird, and that you were like really, really, really into this like, I guess, a friend of hers who she had brought along. And I was like, oh, yeah, her. Yes, I remember her. And then she's like, before I could even say anything else, I'm sorry about all the names here mixing and things, but my sister's now mother-in-law said, let me stop you. This girl was Indian, right? Like she meant like Indian from the subcontinent. And then she said, no, no, Iranian. And then she said, oh, okay, that was going to be my second guess. I knew, she's like, I knew it wouldn't be like just some generic white girl. But anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So, I'm pretty sure, like I said, well, so even, yeah, like technically, yes, I was simping for her, but like, and I'm sure it must have been really uncomfortable for her. It was definitely uncomfortable for the the woman whose idea was to bring her. I still don't get why she thought that would be a good idea. Like, again, at least tell me that you're going to do it. And by the way, like, if she had just brought her on like a typical hot white girl, I would have been fine. It's like you had to ambush me with like the one who was like exactly my type. Also, like, you could have done it with somebody who's maybe more standoffish, like more like colder and standoffish, and not somebody who would just play along into my simping. But like, you know, who would have done more to like shut the whole thing down. But no, I never got like all that stuff that you guys talk about, because apparently you guys all love that. What's his name? That guy you guys all love, guy with the Indian accent. Rehab Room. You guys fucking, apparently you all love him. Based on the comments and the emails I get, you guys think he's awesome, which he's not. He sucks. And, but that's like, I mean, that's what happens, right? That's what happens, right? If you're not Chad and you even look at any woman, not even like whether she's attractive or not, she's going to give you like this look of just super disgust. And look, I mean, like, yeah, and maybe, I mean, like I said, it's certainly possible that maybe they all feel that way around me, but I don't get that look. I think what's more likely is that if you're getting a look like that, some of it I think is probably in your guys' heads. Some of it is because women can sense this guy is black pill orthodoxy. Even without you saying anything, they can say this guy is black pill orthodox. And like everybody else, man, woman, non-binary, one thing that we all have in common is our hatred for black pill orthodox people. Because they fucking suck, and everybody hates you. So don't blame it on women. Everybody else is just as disgusted as you as they are. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next.